I've been a geriatric nurse practitioner for almost 8 years, and the imposter syndrome is still there. I was at a conference today, and it was filled with all different walks of life, from caregivers to patients to neurologists to nurses to providers to social workers, so forth and so on. And there was still this little part of me that was like, what am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't belong here. I'm just pretending. Deep down, I know that could not be further from the truth, but I just want to acknowledge that it does rear its ugly head, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Nobody hands you a playbook for a 92-year-old on 15 medications with 12 different diagnoses and social issues. You have to figure that out on your own. When I first started, I thought that I had to know everything and that confidence would come from knowing everything, and if I knew everything, I'd be safe. 8 years later, I know that you're not going to know everything. Confidence doesn't come from knowing everything, it comes from showing up and asking questions and figuring it out and trying something, not working, trying something again, and it works. It comes from working through the hard cases and learning something from each one of them. There are some days I still feel it, I just don't let it drive me anymore. I mean, there were some days where I would have literal panic attacks trying to get to work. Unfortunately, sometimes the only way to get to a better place is to literally go through it, to take the time to figure everything out, to realize that you're not going to kill everybody that you touch, and then also to have mentors that you can go to, that you feel comfortable with, that you feel safe with, is so valuable. So don't give up. It does get better. I would like to say it gets easier. I don't think it gets easier. I think you just become more confident. I don't know if the imposter syndrome ever will go completely away. Part of me thinks imposter syndrome is also when you're pushing past the status quo that maybe shouldn't be the status quo anymore, and it's going to make you and others around you uncomfortable. But don't give up. We need you. Thanks. Love you. Bye.